My name is, first of all, Kathy Costanzo, and I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Public Representation.
My name is Michael Kendrick, and I work with the Center for Public Representation.
We had one family that the person with the disability said they wanted to invite like a serious number of family members into this circle of support. Cousins that they hadn't been in touch with, aunts and uncles, people who live far away, some people who live nearby. And, the parents are like, oh, whoa, this is going to be something else. And it was fantastic. It really worked well. There were young cousins that got involved supporting a younger person. There were aunts and uncles who had been pretty disconnected and kind of on the, really outside looking in on that person's life, really forming a very different relationship as a result of being asked for help and for support. And it was just fantastic for that family. It was a really amazing thing to watch.
So I think it's the question of the mechanics of how you organize yourself to support a person that's in that situation where they might be isolated. But again, one of the first starting points for that is just the presumption that there are generous people that would be happy to step forward in one way or the other, that in a way that comes easily to them. But they will never step forward if they're not welcomed and invited and encouraged to step forward. And so someone needs to, or not someone, but maybe many someones, need to be a catalyst for those invitations. And, people like to believe there aren't that many nice people left. They've all been used up and, we're out of good, decent people and so on. Well, I think a whole lot of people wouldn't consider themselves used up and have sort of emptied the tank in terms of their decency. I think there's a lot of people who got a lot more miles in their tires in terms of their decency and what they'll do for other people. So it's very important not to get too dispirited about human nature or people's shortcomings, but rather look past them and remember that people are being generous, kind, helpful, considerate, thoughtful, day in, day out with all kinds of people. And so as long as you see that, then you'll be able to mobilize it. When you can't see it, then everything looks gloomier. And the last thing you want, if you want to get to imagining better, is a bunch of gloomy people. And there are all kinds of people that are definitely not gloomy and have all kinds of practical as well as inspired contributions they could make. And it's also good to celebrate that in a thankful way, because we're so privileged to have good people around us, and to be thankful for that and to be inspired by it and so on. But if we don't think anybody's ever going to be good to another human being, we're going to think we're in some kind of prison or some kind of dark place. And we've talked ourselves into that, because even complete strangers can be enormously generous when asked to be generous. So again, I think it's very important to look for that in people and invite them to make whatever contribution they feel, kind of inspired to contribute. And don't think you've run out of people. You're never going to run out of people. You may run out of some that you don't like as much as you used to and so on, but that doesn't mean you still hit rock bottom. There's all kinds of people. So there's no reason to think you're going to run out of nice people, or goodness or something, But it is important to continue to cultivate it, to draw upon it, mobilize it, to keep imagining what the next step is, how we get to better, for ourselves as well as other people. So that's what I call imagining better, and it's sort of perpetual.